Our nation started in Boston when we threw English tea into the harbor. We didn't declare independence for several more years, but independence was the message of the Boston Tea Party. We sent this message over a 2% tax on tea only, but it wasn't about 2%. It could have been 0.5% and we still would have revolted. It was about having a say in the taxation of the people. No taxation without representation was the rallying cry of the early American patriots. Today we have representation, but the upper class pays about 35%. 35% of their income is taken from them at the threat of imprisonment. 35% covers their federal income tax only, not to mention state income tax, city sales tax, county tax, property tax, vehicle registration tax, gas tax, electricity tax, inheritance tax, gift tax, business license tax, employee tax, healthcare tax, capital gains tax, and if that wasn't enough, they hit you with an estate tax after you die. And we still want to tell them that they don't do their part? What is their part? How much of their time, talents, and possessions do you think you have a right to? Did you realize you're taking more than money? You're taking the amount of time that it took to earn that money. You're taking the time out of their life that it took to gain the talent of their trade. You're taking the possessions that they might have bought with that money for their loved ones. You've made them work for you at the threat of imprisonment to pay for the things that you want. If you're benefiting from their taxation more than they are, and you continue to vote for the representatives that are overtaxing them, then you're a thief. If you're voting for overtaxation, then you're the one taking money out of their pocket. If you haven't taken a stand on overtaxation, then you're also taking money out of their pocket. You can't stand by and say that it's not your fault, that it's the government doing all of it. You hired that congressman to take money from them and give some of it to you. Those representatives are your agent, robbing your neighbor to make your life easier. I'm so tired of hearing from these Robin Hood pansies that want to take from the rich and give to the poor. Robin Hood wasn't robbing the rich, he was robbing an oppressive government. He was reclaiming overtaxation from the government and giving it back to the people that they took it from in the first place. As for all of those being overtaxed, we can't say no taxation without representation because we do have elected officials, but we ought to ask those officials a few questions. How is that spending program my bill? How does federal aid to Egyptian rebels benefit me and the other citizens of this country? Does that earmark benefit everyone or just a select few? Is everyone helping pay for this? If you were a common citizen, could you justify taking this money from me? If you, as an elected representative, can't justify taking my money, then you're going to lose your job. No taxation without justification is what this government needs to be told. If you can't justify it to me, if you are using the law to take money from the haves and give it to the have-nots, then you're a common thief. You can hide behind your government position and your constituency can hide behind you. But if you can't justify taxing a man at the threat of imprisonment, then you're all common thieves. Thomas Sowell had it right. I've never understood why it is greed to want to keep the money you have earned, but not greed to want to take somebody else's money. No taxation without justification.